All right, so the idea behind all of this, O ye enjoyers of Phineas Form or Longer, the longer form, is I want to bundle videos together. Dang it, actually, that's the intro to the other video too. So this is actually the intro. So yes, hello. This, what you see now, is part of a other episode of Phineas Form or Longer, the longer form, which I am officially cutting up into smaller pieces because if you can segment your thoughts together nicely enough, you can group them as self-contained. This is a 15-minute story that has a threaded that has a threaded arc between it, and those stories kind of bring together into just a larger narrative, something that could fit pretty nicely into a 30-minute, a 1 hour, a however fucking long this episode of Phineas Form or Longer, the longer form is going to be. This small section is a piece of a larger narrative. That was very important for me to figure out, and for a little bit I thought it was only in the name of making videos. And it's convenient, and it's, I guess, prudent? It just makes sense. It's expedient. If I'm filming a really long video for the channel where the really long videos go, and the content I chop down into smaller videos, then I'm getting so much content to be able to pump out if I'm able to structure my words together in a given moment to be able to just, be happy enough with my collections of thoughts. And then I don't have to be super organized so long as my micro organizations of thoughts are relatively grouped together nicely enough. What I'm trying to say is I'm filming a really big video, and that has a bunch of smaller contained pieces within it, which are themselves going to be videos. A while ago, I invented the color dot system to facilitate this experience for me as I'm in the editing bay. The only downside would be a colored dot on the screen, so I don't know how often this system's actually going to come into play, but I'm going to show you what I mean, and then we're going to talk about how it might be useful as I move forward. It's just something I'm playing around with, but I'm tired of playing around with ideas and concepts in my head and juggling it, and it's like, is it time for a colored dot? I don't know. Is that actually necessary? I'm stepping on a ledge. Is that actually something that I need? I don't know. And so when do I use the colored dot? And it's like, I'm not going to keep sitting on my colored dot idea and hold it secret until it's time for me to show you all the colored dot. No, get out of here. You get my colored dot now. I'm just going to check my hand and make sure we're still recording. The audio is still good. We're very worried about that these days. We're going to go look at the dots. And so this is just, I got to walk over to the VR. I might edit that part out. I don't know. I want to do minimal editing on these, but there's a line between doing a lot of edits for like how much is too much versus this is just not the interesting. Anyway, so we're gonna show you the colored dots. Get out of here. I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it, I promise. And I'm also much happier making a video, which is clearly I'm working on it, and that's the subject matter for a video, which I think is either the next video, so like tomorrow's video, or the one after, the overmorrow video, which is the word for that, by the way. The day after tomorrow is overmorrow, and now you know that. So what I'm thinking is if I have a colored dot in the corner of the screen, and now I can put my hands down and we can talk about the colored dot. Because, as you can imagine, hands, hands, hands. Okay, colored dot on the screen. We're very excited about this colored dot. It is the dot of the color yellow. So if I'm in the editing bay and I have successfully filmed 2 hours of well-crafted content, and it's 2 hours that kind of flows around and does its thing, and you have 1 2 hour, you could just listen to all of it if you are a champion, and hopefully, ideally there'd be minimal edits involved, especially if I want to try and be more of an organic presenter, and in the real life you can't just edit yourself when you fuck up and say the wrong thing. When you mess up and say the wrong thing. I see right there, that was an expletive that didn't have to exist, and I would edit that if I was weak, but I'm not. I'm a strong boy, and I'm very strong because I have the dots. So in the editing bay, I can say, oh, yellow dot, that's clearly one video, one structured thought. As I was filming a video, I was like, hey, this is going to be a collection of thoughts. This is a yellow dot collection of thoughts. So I can just chop this up and be like, hey, the raw footage of just yellow dot, there we go. And that's an issue I had when I tried. This is my second attempt really doing this. And I had a hard time with the first one. I didn't have like my dot system. And my videos weren't clear, like my sub thoughts, correction, were not really clearly laid out So where does one end? Where does one begin? And I didn't know a lot about transitions. And then I thought about, I'll just figure it out in post. And then I thought it'd be easy enough to film like a separate intro and an outro. And then I'm preserving the integrity of the larger video. And the sub videos were like afterthoughts. I feel like, the heart was pure. And that might be more of a professional production because, as you can see, yellow dot in the corner is not what, professionals call professional, but amateurs call this professional. Professional amateur. That's all I ever want to be in life, baby. That's all I want to be, man. And that's not even actually a joke or a lie. Professional amateur, yes, please. I just want to put an entry into the system. Like, yes, this is a VTuber. This is a furry VTuber. I can tell because I have a furry VTube and I have videos that you can watch and I'll be doing streaming and I have other projects on the way. You get updates about that later. This is a different video entirely. And this is a video within the video. We're working on it, is what I'm saying. Things are evolving. And unfortunately, this is what that looks like. Unfortunately for everyone, man, it's pretty rough. What I'm saying, though, is now I know that this content is self-contained because of the yellow dot on the screen before you. So when I'm in the editing bay, I know only the yellow dot, that's the footage I'm working with. And if it's not clearly cut up for myself in the editing bay, then I have to figure out where's the beginning, where's the end, and it takes a lot more thinking. And I want to take away as much thinking from me as possible because I do just a lot. I do a lot of thinking constantly. I don't know if that's something that you could tell of me. It's just all of the thinking that I do. And so now there is no thinking. There is just a yellow dot on the screen. And I know that this is all of the yellow dot went away. Shit. Fuck. It's not a perfect system. It's not a perfect system. Damn it. Well, now I'll never know. I'm never going to know. All right, that's it for this video, though. This, section is I told you about the dot that you'll probably see in the future. And if ever you do see a dot, it will be confirmation to you that, oh, this was filmed as a part of a larger narrative. And anytime you see that, I think in the description will be linked a video to the Phineas form or longer, the longer form, in which you would be able to see the video grander that the colored dot video came from. That thought took a little bit to get out. I was happy with it, though, so it's time now to move on to the next one. Gosh, I don't even know. I will figure out in a second where I'm headed next, because there's so much to catch up on today. We'll get there. We'll get there together, and I hope that you liked the dot video, though, because I loved the dot video. It was a yellow dot video, and I think the other colors are going to be much better videos, though, so just think about that for the second. If you see a color of a dot that's different than yellow, it only goes up from here. It only goes up from here. And I can't wait. So yeah, I'll see you guys around. It's going to be super duper good. Bye.